Hello and welcome to ARK, the complete series. Well, today we're going to take on Rockwell. We're going to do it at beta level because you need certain tributes to take on the alpha boss. You need an alpha basilisk fang, a Cactus claw and a Reaper King Barb. Now, I haven't found any alpha basilisks or any alpha reapers, and to be honest, I doubt this strategy would work at alpha level because I mean I'm doing it at beta level, and I can just about get away with doing that. I mean, I've got a pretty good shotgun, I must admit. It's a pump action shotgun. It does up to 300% weapon damage, but it still, yeah, it still takes a while, and the time seems to be against me more than anything. Because I'm on a server, which is why I've got an S Plus tech transmitter. I could do it with a vanilla one. I could go to one of those loot crates that spawns, and I could, you know, get myself teleported to the arena. Otherwise, if you're on single player, you've got to go out, all the way out to the terminal, which assuming I survive this, I'll actually show you where the terminal is. But in this case, we're just going to do the beta. I've done the gamma, and that went pretty well using this strategy, because it's a case of, well, the Cactus Broth pretty much hides you from everything. Yeah, I just realised rather, I didn't have my nameless, the nameless venom that I need. You need quite a bit of that. It does spoil pretty quickly, I must admit, which is why I've still got it on this. I mean, you notice I've got things like assault rifles and rocket launchers, because I've been trying this using different strategies. I've tried it with a load of Dinos to see if it would help. I've tried it with rocket launchers, but I can hardly do any damage against Rockwell with a rocket launcher. I can do quite a bit of damage against them, against these actual tentacles, but I think I get something like 6... Yeah, 6. Where are we up to? So, I think I need to turn this. I need to turn that on. Don't I can do up to, I think it's about 60 damage. No, I didn't need that, man. I can do up to 60 damage against Rockwell himself, and it takes a long time to then reload. Oh, hang on a minute. I better put my gear on first. Yeah, I can only do about 60 damage against Rockwell himself, which isn't that much good, to be honest. I'll put them on. I definitely better have my suits. I've got some of that like steak, but it doesn't do that much by the looks of it. Right, so by having this Cactus Broth, we're not just hiding from the Nameless and the Reapers, we're also hiding from Rockwell himself, which is interesting. Because it's really weird, you don't get that many these energy orbs come after you. There's very few of them for some strange reason. Right, so all I'm going to do is just keep taking pot shots at tentacles, basically. Because that's what it's all about. We've just got to go, it's a rinse and repeat job, where we go around, take down these tentacles. Once we do that, we can then focus on the on Rockwell himself. And what I've found is I can actually hit Rockwell from the say like the side, but it's definitely in my interests to be back down there. One of the bigger problems I'm finding, apart from the actual energy orbs, is the tentacles themselves. I'm struggling to find anywhere other than down on that platform there to stay away from the blooming things, because they'll, you know, you'll spend a bit of time hitting Rockwell, doing quite a bit of damage to Rockwell, but the trouble then is he comes back up for another round, and he starts, you know, the tentacles start causing a lot of damage, and they can do a heck of a lot of damage to you. So I find it's easier to just, well, yeah, basically just hang around there, well out of the way. It seems safe enough. The only risk you've got is when he starts spawning more of these energy orbs, and they start causing you grief. So what I tend to do is I'll just reload that. Oh, I didn't want that one, I wanted that one. Yeah, they cause you quite a bit of grief, so I tend to find if I just hang around down there while the tentacles are getting ready for the next round, keep my eye out for the energy orbs. It's a bit of a gamble, because those energy orbs can just pop up from anywhere and start attacking you, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah, that one's down. I mean, the shotgun's pretty good because it can hit from quite a distance. Actually, I may as well I wanted that one, actually. I wanted my steak saute. I think I'm hitting that. Yeah, you can see it's all bloodied. So I'm definitely hitting it. Right, so now we should be able to do quite a bit of damage to Rockwell himself. What I'm finding is in between the rounds, and we start off where we can do quite a bit of damage. And then I think in the next one you can hardly do any damage. I don't know if there's a pattern to it or not, but it's kind of weird, I must admit. So I don't know whether... I don't think it's just a case of you've got a certain amount of time to do damage, or whether you can only do a certain amount of damage. I think it's the latter. I think you're only allowed to do a certain amount of damage each time, because every time I get back here, the result's all the same. And you can see I'm pretty close. But we'll get round to the next round and we'll see how much damage, because I mean we're taking a fair chunk out of them at the moment. It's all slowed down because we don't have a... well, we've got a pump action shotgun, so it's taking a while to reload. Right, so I'm just going to reload here. And I'm just going to watch out for these energy balls, because I can't really... oh. Ah! Right, it wasn't quick enough. Can I hit these things yet? Yeah, I can. Right. Start taking these ones out then. So I feel a heck of a lot safer here. The only downside is there's always a risk we could end up with Nameless or Reapers turning up here at some point. Where Jane's are good. Right, let's get back up here then. And we'll just take a wander around while we take pot shots at these tentacles. I mean, at this stage there isn't any even Nameless. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you don't get much out of Rockwell. But if you notice, there's hardly any of these energy balls around. I don't know whether it's related to the number of... but like, I don't know, there must be some mechanism or something. This has been known of for quite a while. I mean, I was all ready to, you know, get myself a rock drake, get myself a bunch of, you know, spinos, a bunch of megalos, and I was going to run some tests. I did do some testing just to find out what it was like. But this particular method's been known of for quite a while, so it's like, okay. So if you've been through Scorched Earth, you may as well do it. There's no particular reason not to be honest. Right, while we're running, I can do that. So yeah, I mean, I can't, while I'm sprinting, I can't actually reload. I can't press the reload button, but if I walk and press reload, then I start to sprint. I'm fine. Just a bit strange. But the plan is just get all the way back down to there again, and then rinse and repeat. Now, based on what I've experienced before, I'm fully expecting I won't be able to do much damage to Rockwell this time round. So that's that one down. Let's take our sortie again. I mean, if you're wondering what all of these different soups are, I mean, I've got the Kalian soup is to help me so I don't use up as much water. The Cactus Broth is obviously to help me hide from the Reapers and from the Nameless. At sortie, it's supposed to be better for the, you know, for shotguns to be able to help you from the recoil and what have you, so you can do better with those. And then we've got our focal chili, which is to help us sprint better. So there you go. See, we hardly were allowed to do any damage that round for some reason. Very odd. So now I'm expecting the Nameless at least to spawn. As long as they stay on the edges, that's fine with me. So I've got to wait for these to come back, but in the meantime I'm going to keep my eye out for the energy balls. No, they're still not ready. I suppose as soon as they start electrifying and charging things, you can tell that they're ready. But I've tried going right out to that platform where you start. I've tried going to the far edges, and I mean, if you go right to the far edges, you can take a massive amount of damage from one of these tentacles. So it's not in your interests to be out there. So the trick now is just trying to stay out of the way of the Nameless. You know, I don't want to get... They don't take that much to take out with a shotgun, but it's a waste of ammunition. That thing's coming straight for me, which has got me puzzled. I seriously thought that I thought they could see me for a minute. It's like, what the heck? I mean, you can take them out with your shotgun, but the trouble is you're then wasting ammo. And that's why I think, I mean, I think I'd really struggle doing this on alpha level. I'd have to have a seriously good shotgun to pull this off with at alpha level, because I'm getting quite a bit of damage against the beta one. But not that much. I mean, I'm getting like 138 against the tentacles. Not that much against Rockwell himself, so he must have some pretty serious armor to be able to stop that. He's got quite a lot of hit points, so... Right, so, reload and sprint. But that's one thing I did do, is I've respec'd, I've given this dude a lot more stamina. A lot more speed. He's got a heck of a lot of health. What he doesn't have is that much weight. I've done about as much as I thought I should get away with to carry this amount of gear. I mean, I think I might, given how it's going, I think I might drop the shotgun and just stick with a pump action shotgun, because that can drop a bit of the weight. Because the biggest challenge is, oh, that's right. Try that again. I should have brought more, because I forgot it doesn't last so long. Now this time around I should be able to do more damage against him. So it seems to be like, it seems like alternate, where maybe you get more time or maybe you can do more damage or something. It's kind of weird. So you can see I'm only doing about 34. Now that is a heck of a lot more when you count all of those shells that are hitting him. It's actually a heck of a lot more than what this rocket launcher is doing. I mean, if I hit a tentacle with a rocket launcher, and that's just a primitive one, I was getting something like 1,000 damage. Whereas against Rockwell, I think it was only something like 60 or something. So yeah, we're getting quite a bit. So they've definitely done something in the mechanics here. So it is always different, because I'm using the same shotgun, I'm firing probably the same amount of shells, but maybe they're just giving you more time to do it. I don't know. Who knows? Right. Ooh. That's my biggest threat at the moment. It's going to be the energy balls. So we're about... Oh. Oh. This is not what I need. So... Oh. Trap. I'm getting complacent. Right. Get back to the tentacles then. Oh! That's the trouble, those things, they'll even do splash damage. Oh, right, that's why. I should have known. I was wondering why those things were now suddenly seeing me. And why there's more of them. It's because I... Oh, yeah. That'll serve me right. I'm spending more time like trying to explain what I'm doing than paying attention to what I'm doing. And the trouble is, there's a nameless now down there. So that's a bit of a pain. There's quite a few of them actually. Yes, this is counting against me, because I've also got to deal with the energy orbs. Right. So there's a tip for you. If you're going to use this Cactus Broth, make sure you're actually got it applied. Smooth. I was just getting that used to it without the nameless being around. It is seriously weird. I mean, I've done it a few times, and it's still weird. It's just like something just doesn't feel right. It's just too quiet. Right, so take that one out over there. I mean, I've tried some strategies where I shoot that tentacle there through Rockwell, because you can actually reach it, because you've got like those, you can see Rockwell sort of like his tentacles reaching into the pool, and then they come back up at the edges, and you can sometimes kind of like shoot through the gaps and hit them, but I seem to be wasting a lot more shells if I do that. Wow, it's taking a lot of shells to hit that thing. This is surreal. Right, reload. It's suspect I'm going to have to take out those, or at least one of those nameless down there. There's two of them. Right. So down to about just under 600 when it comes to shotgun shells. Alright, hopefully that one there. Oh, that's weird. We're hitting the platform more than we're hitting the nameless. That's a bit weird. Oh! See, it's costing me time, this. Wow, all we're doing is 12 damage. Tell you what. Makes no difference. Wasting time. Not a good thing. 75 nameless, fair enough. So next time, I'll have to pay more attention to that Cactus Broth. Ah, jeez Louise. That's the, I think if you're doing this like single player and you don't have the timer against you, it's not that bad. Your problem then is probably going to be the actual the ammo that you're carrying. Now this round I don't think I'll be able to get that much damage in. I mean we're past like the half, well we've still got more than half of our time left, but I'm only just at a under half, half amount that his health's gone down. He's got left rather, I should say. He's got less than half of his health. So I don't know if that's deliberately stacked like that. It's a bit weird. Right, keep my eye out for the energy balls. So as soon as they probably start charging and causing damage, maybe that's my signal. Oh no, or maybe not. Right, so now we're up against Reapers. Right, so no energy balls, so that's interesting. Because when I did this before, I did have quite a lot of energy balls showing up because I had quite a few dinos with me. Because I was trying different combinations. I was trying Spinos and I was trying Megalosauruses at the same time. So it was a combination of the two. Oh, drat, I've got a Reaper down there. That's not good. That is definitely not good. It's going to spoil things for me. There's no way to avoid that. I can't really... I mean, I could risk pulling it. I suppose. That's one option. Right, so that one's down. How did you catch up to me? Right, tell you what. Let's run away. It's a bit of a waste, but... I'm going to run out the way. And then hopefully it'll just de-aggro. Because I don't want to spend time, or at least waste time I should say, dealing with them. Right, so that's the furthest one I need to deal with. So in theory that little nameless has disappeared. I've gone off to do something else. In the meantime, I've got a Reaper down there. That's not very good at all. Right, so I've got a tentacle over there to take out. I suppose that could be something. I could take the far one out and just leave the one out so it's not so bad, but... I mean, if there's one thing I don't want to do is hit that Reaper. And I'm surprised if I don't, to be honest. Oh, good grief. If it wasn't for the timer, it wouldn't be so bad, but it is. Maybe if I can park myself over here. I'm seriously going to have to pay attention to that Cactus Broth this time round. Doesn't matter where I actually hit him. It seems like I'm still doing the same amount of damage. technically his heart's exposed, so you're supposed to be hitting him in the heart. But I found even hitting him from the side sometimes helps. If you say hit him in a certain area in the side, I should say, so you don't have to necessarily be, you know, right here where I'm standing, for instance, or right up there facing him. The only trouble is, it's a case of the reason I want to be here is just because of those blooming tentacles. If I'm like coming around to face that last tentacle on the right, and I have to take that one down, by the time I get back here, by the time I get back to here, I'm up against the tentacles, because the tentacles have come back up again. Oh, flippin' heck. Yeah, it's a bit of a gamble, that, because I want to stay away from that Reaper. $123 seconds, right. Man, 11 minutes. Right, let's get up there then. Yes, that's a bit of a pain having that there. But it's bizarre, like, how it's just ignoring me. Because, I mean, I'm still finding it just so weird. It's just so quiet. So the biggest challenge is, A, remembering to put that Cactus Broth back on again, or consume it. And just try to, well, come in here and beat things within the time that you've got. I suppose there's also the issue of, like, having enough ammo. Right, so we can just take this one down, then we'll run back round again. I mean, you can listen to the music in the background and it sounds like really stressful and suspense and what have you, and there's none of that at all. It's the weirdest sort of like boss fight that I've played, where it's like, yeah, whatever. My only concern is just A, I'm going to run out of time, or B, I'm going to run out of ammo. 37 seconds, right? Okay, I'll have to be very mindful of that then. Yeah, it's definitely not a stressful boss fight. Nothing compared to what it's like if you bring your own dinos in. Bring them in and you just get all of the orbs all of a sudden. It makes a massive, massive difference. Because you end up with like tons of these orbs suddenly spawning. A lot of them will go after your dinos, which isn't so bad, but then they start coming after you as well, so it does add a lot more pressure. Now on this one, I'm fully expecting we won't get that much done. So I'm pretty sure as... Oh, jeez Louise! That's not what I wanted. Like, let me run away. That's going to count against me. I knew that would come against me at some point. Ah, rat. I'm trying to lose it in the aggro. Just say it's gone against me. Yeah, everything's aggroed against me now. Drat. This is gonna go against me because I've got to deal with the tentacles now. Oh man, that was too close. Way too close. It's the case I don't want to, like, I don't want to end up against, like, hitting that thing. Ah, come on, come on, come on. I certainly don't want to hit that, but I'm going to now have to find a way to get around that. So, like, it slows me down. It's like, man. It's always, it never goes the same. Never goes the same way. Right, so that one's down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a way to run around on the outskirts now to take these other tentacles down. Right, so... annoying. I mean, to be fair, I can hit it from a good distance, like. Yeah, I can't sprint and shoot at the same time, but I can... If I walk, I'm alright. Ah, there's too many nameless over there. Still no energy orbs coming at me. 6 minutes. Crikey. So yeah, time's a big problem. It's one of these bosses where it's just I mean the whole game's designed for multiplayer, to be fair. That's what it's like designed for. It's a multiplayer game. Ah, flipping heck. It's designed to be a multiplayer game, so it's going to be a lot easier even doing it this way. It's kind of like made it way easier. I mean, maybe there is a better shotgun out there somewhere. You never know. I mean, I spent quite a bit of time on, like, Scorched Earth looking for one, but I never did. But it's always like a matter of luck, to be honest. Oh, Struth. So now I'm wasting a lot of time playing dodge, which is just crazy. Can you take that out? So yeah, you can see, I mean, the amount of damage I'm doing, even with this like shotgun, it's still taking me a long time to pull it off. I can see this. I can see this running out of time again. I just don't have enough time to be able to do it because I can only do a certain amount of damage, and then I've got to, and then I've got to like deal with the fact that there's only so much time to do it in. Yeah, it's so close. It looks like it's so close. You're getting there almost, but it's like you can tell he's going to get back up any minute now. And I'm going to have to go back through the whole thing again. Then I'm going to have to play dodge. Yeah, we're back to playing dodge again. Ah! Right, let's just reload. Yeah, it's taking too many shells to take these individual tentacles down. That's what I'm finding. There's quite a big gap between having to reload as well. So this is the only amount of damage I can do. It's going to take me forever and a day to pull it off. And I want to take these ones closest, just so I can get back out again. Alright, so there's that one there. Right, and there's that one over there. Right, so once again we're going to have to play a game of dodge. I hope nobody gets in our way. Right, so let's try and take that one out. Wow, less than 3 minutes to go. I suppose in hindsight if I just try to avoid the nameless, because they're very slow. There's not that much energy in them to keep up with you. So they're a very slow thing to be bothered about. But On the other hand, if you end up aggroing quite a few of them, I don't know whether it's a case of if I aggro one, will I aggro all of them? I don't know. Because like usually when you get, usually with dinos, you pull one of them, and then other ones that are close by suddenly aggro. Right, so I haven't run out. Ooh, yeah, so I don't know how these ones behave. I'm quite glad I actually put points into this sprint on this thing. I don't think I'd have pulled it off on, because normally I don't put that much into the the movement speed on these. Right, let's see how much he'll let us do this time. Can we pull it off? That's the $64 million question. Because if he gets back up again, I'm stuffed. Oh. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh. Oh, Struth, we had 1 minute. 1 minute, wow. Now, the drawback is, as far as I'm aware, all of this lot I'm going to lose anyway. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to bring like a dino into here, because I'm losing all this. All of that gear I'm going to have to remake. Oh, thank goodness for that. Ah, Struth. I do like the ending on this one, I must admit. It's a really good ending. It's I don't know, because you come in at the start and you can't tell that portal. I mean, that is just brilliant. Ah, that just makes my day. I've finally done it, at least on beta. Oh no, there's a glitch in the matrix. And Rockwell's not finished yet. Right. That's just made my day. I'm finally glad I've actually done that bit anyway. I don't see me being able to pull this off at alpha level, because you can see, I mean, I put a ton of points into my health. Movement speed was up to 140. I went up to about 330 weight because I thought, well, I might need quite a lot of shotgun shells. I'm going to put quite a bit into the stamina as well, but yeah, I think that's going to be a time's a real doozy. Right, we shall respawn here. Now, technically, we should actually be going to extinction. There you go. Spawn at your bed and you end up spawning out in the middle of nowhere. It's funny, actually, there's times where I've gone to another map and I've respawned back on the map and I've actually spawned inside of my base, which is weird. Right, we're going to make a mad dash back here. Because I'm going to end up rebuilding this character anyway. Because the plan now is to head over to extinction. I need to come up with a strategy to deal with the Alpha Rockwell. Because that's not going to work. You can tell, I mean, I was down to like 1 minute. Just couldn't pull it off. Wonder if Randolph's got... I'm trying to remember where I put everything. Did I put them on Randolph? My helmet. You know, I put them on one of the... Did I put it on one of these lot? No. Nope. Somewhere out there is all my gear. Right, so every time we do this, because I've got the season pass, I keep getting a new Noglin. That's just quite cool. Right, I'm just going to dump this. I'm just going to respec. And what I'll do is I'll actually show you where the actual terminal is, just in case you're going to do this on single player mode. So, be back in a while. Right then, I've respect, so it's going to be a while before my health gets back up to normal. So the plan is, I'm going to show you whereabouts you would actually go if you're doing this single player, or if you want to use the terminal, because originally you had to actually take your dinosaurs down to the terminal, and it's in the radiation zone. But it's been made a lot easier because then they actually, you know, they gave you cryopods on all of the maps, and that made life a lot easier because you could then just go down to the terminal and just basically you could just pop your dinos out as and when you were ready. But anywho, head for where that big skeleton is, and we're looking for a blue area. There it is, over there. See there, where it's nice and blue. I think that's it over there. To double check. Could be, or is it over there? It's over there. Right, I'll head down there then. Dude, what you doing? There. That's where we want to head over to. So yeah, originally you had to actually walk your dinos all the way down to here. It used to take like forever because you'd normally come through like the red zone. So you're having to get past tons of sort of like reapers and who knows what else to bring your dinos all the way down to here. But as I say, it then made it a lot easier because you could then just put them into cryopods. I mean, you get quite a lot of these drakes hanging around the area. But there's the terminal right there, so it's easy enough to find, easy enough to get. Well, I'd say it's easy enough to get to it. For me, my base is practically just outside anyway. So it's just a case of targeting that skeleton over there. But then, of course, if you're actually on a server, you don't... Seriously? Yeah, if you're on a server, you don't have to bother with that now. It's just a case of, well, I mean, I've already gone through the tech phase, so I can use one of the actual terminal. I can just use my own tech transmitter, and it makes my life easier. Go away. I'm not interested. But the alternative is they've then made it possible to actually do this through loot crates, which is interesting. Right, so I'm going to head back up, because the plan now for me is, to be honest, I'm going to head... Ooh, Struth, are you going to head into the... Oh, I'm starting to panic now. I thought he was going to head for the bloomin' wall there. That wouldn't have gone so well. But yeah, I think the plan for me now is I'm going to head over to Extinction, because I want to have fun with the gachas and what have you. I think they're great. I just love those to bits. I want to get myself a snow owl. The trouble is, I haven't been on there for a while, but as far as I'm aware, they've nerfed the snow owl, so you can't really use it for healing anything anymore. It used to be a really great support dino. But I don't know, maybe it was just a kid. What the heck are you doing, mate? It's like, what is he doing? Where are you going? Oh, for crying out loud. But no, they nerfed them, so like it's sad really, because I was really enjoying the owls. But the trouble is, I think now it's just a case of, I mean, they're good for sort of like getting around on the map, I suppose. I'll still probably want to tame one. But there's not that much of an incentive, because, you know, when it comes to using them as a support dino. Because if you go and watch the trailer, you can see what that is one of their intended purposes, is it's a support dino. But they've taken that away. I think it's geared up towards supporting just the like low level dinos. You can heal up little dinos, but I mean, I tried one on I think it was one of the larger dinos, and it was just having zip effect. It was just nada. It was like, well, what's the point? They've nerfed the Velonosaurs, I think, as well. The Velonosaurs aren't anywhere near as good as they were when they first came out. I could understand the gachas. The gachas, I think maybe it was like a bug or something they had, because the gachas were just totally OP. The amount of loot you could, and the quality of loot you could get out of a gacha was just crazy. So I think that was a good call to deliberately to nerf them. Didn't seem much point at you know, doing like orbital supply runs or anything really, because the gachas you could get just dude, where you going? Oh man. But yeah, the loot that you were getting was just so good. It just seemed crazy to have to even bother with orbital supply drops. Whereas now I think there's going to be much more of an incentive. Gas bags, I wasn't too impressed. Those carrying crates, you know, you could fly a crate off. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was okay, I suppose. It'd be good for like if you got like multiple bases and you're doing it multiplayer. But again, I mean, ARK is a multiplayer game. I'm glad they set it up so you could run it solo, but it was intended to be multiplayer. But if you're curious about some of the gear that I've been using, I'm just going over to the fabricator. So I can't believe for some strange reason I didn't have any, like I didn't have a blueprint for trousers for my riot gear. So I've got these ones, and I made some pretty good ones because I respec'd and put everything into my crafting skill. And I created those. So I had one set where I just created them from that. Then I had another set which I actually crafted and got some serious boosts, serious bonuses on them. And then I've got this one here. All of these I'm pretty sure I got those from the island. I mean, that's not too bad of a shotgun. I managed to get it up to over 300 damage. But it's I mean, they can be quite expensive being ascendant ones, but it looks like I could just about get away with it at beta level, but yeah, I don't see me being able to pull off that strategy at alpha level. So it's going to need quite a bit of thought as to how to do that. Just going to put my little canteen in there, get myself some water. But I think the next strategy for me is, I mean, I've spent quite a bit of time on the surface. If you're curious, I managed to find that for the Megalosauruses. I mean, that's a level 80 Mastercraft, which is pretty good, and an 81 Spino. That was the best I got as a Rock Drake saddle. And then what I did is, again, if you put a lot of points into your crafting skill, it makes things a lot better. I mean, I was getting like ones over. I was keeping anything as long as it was over 90. I was keeping those. Any saddles that came out above 90 was good enough. But yeah, for Gamma and Beta, there just didn't seem any need for it now. Because I've done those, I've now got a bonus, which actually gives me plus 10 levels, so I can get more levels into my my character here. But before I was putting it mostly into the health, quite a bit into stamina, quite a bit into the movement speed. I didn't bother with fortitude at all, and I had about 300 weight because I was more trying to, you know, be able to quickly get back to the start. But everything that I had has lost, which means all of those items I'm gonna have to find another blueprint for the trousers. I just don't understand why I didn't have one, to be honest. I must have just been using ones that I'd found in either deep sea crates, I think, on the island, or in caves, I think. But I'm definitely going to have to find some trousers for other boss fights, because at some point I do want to come back here and do the alpha. But I do have to get the alpha tributes, because so far I've just got 2 alpha Carcanos ones. Yeah, so I've got 2 of those to be able to test against the actual Alpha Rockwell boss. But I need to find an alpha Basilisk and an alpha Reaper King. So that could be fun. But in the meantime, I'm heading for extinction. And that's all for another episode. Well, thanks for making it to the end of this episode. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If so, then please leave a like, as it'll encourage YouTube's algorithms to suggest the video to others who might like it as well. If you have any tips or tricks for ARK, then please leave them in a comment below, as it would benefit anyone watching this. Though I appreciate any feedback at all, even if it's just to say hello. If you're new to the channel, then consider subscribing. It's free. Just remember to click the little bell icon though, as you should get reminders then when new content goes out. And if you'd like to support the channel, then consider becoming a Patreon. Alternatively, there's the option to make a one-off contribution through PayPal. I've left links for both options in the description below. But above all, I hope you like watching these videos as much as I enjoy playing ARK. Bye!